What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metro Fan 12 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game Fantasy Zone, which was released in the arcade by Sega. Then it was released for different consoles like the NES, Sega Master System, and TurboGrafx-16. Now, the plot of the game is that the planet Mandan is planning to steal all the currency from different planets and invade them too, you know what I'm saying? And Opa Opa is sent to stop this invasion and find out who is behind this invasion and the plan to steal the different currencies from these planets and stuff. Now, for the sake of this review, I'm going to talk about the TurboGrafx-16 version of Fantasy Zone, even though all of the versions of Fantasy Zone are pretty similar from a general standpoint and stuff. Now, there are 8 stages in Fantasy Zone where you pretty much fight different enemies, you know what I'm saying, and take out like 6 different enemy bases, you know what I'm saying. They're not like different, but they pretty much all look the same, you know what I'm saying. And pretty much the first 7 stages pretty much has the enemy bases, and the final stage pretty much have you fighting all of the bosses in the previous 7 stages before you get to fight the final boss. You know what I'm saying? And this aspect of Fantasy Zone is quite similar to the Mega Man franchise, especially the ones on the NES where you fight all the robot masters before you take on Dr. Wily and stuff. Now, at the beginning of the stages of between stages 2 and 7, a big circle. I wouldn't call it a big circle, but a circle pretty much comes into view at the beginning of each stage between stages 2 and 7, where you should like go in and enter that shop, and it allows you to buy like different weapons and items and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And what the type of weapons that you are able to buy are dependent on how much money you have and which stage you're on, you know what I'm saying, when you enter into the shop. Now, the different weapons and items that you can buy are like a laser beam, jet engine, big wings, and wide beam, and then different stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. And of course, you should keep in mind how much money you have, you know what I'm saying, because you, you if you don't have enough to like buy a specific weapon or item, you should like skip it and pretty much have to buy something else. You know what I'm saying? Now, pretty much after you buy your weapons and items, you pretty much select the speed of the speed, the primary weapon, and the secondary weapon on your ship and stuff like that. You know, pretty much you pretty much can collect coins after you defeat a specific, not necessarily a specific enemy, but once you defeat any enemy that's in front of you, you can pretty much pick up coins that which allows you to buy the weapons and items to begin with. Now, after you defeat a specific boss, whether it's the boss of the first stage or the third stage, you pretty much you find a lot of coins and stuff like that. So of course, the best thing to do is to pick up as many coins as possible. You know what I'm saying? So you can buy like pretty much all the weapons and try to buy all the items and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Get like the strongest weapon or and the best item, like the wide weapon and the one of the engines and stuff. Now, the graphics and design for Fantasy Zone are really fantastic, you know what I'm saying? It has an excellent color palette, you know what I'm saying? And the controls and gameplay are really good, you know what I'm saying? Especially like weapons and different items and stuff like that that you are able to buy, you know what I'm saying? And they allow you to set up which engines that you want for your speed, along with your primary weapon and secondary weapon and stuff like that. And Final Fantasy, not Final Fantasy, but Fantasy Zone has a really excellent soundtrack to it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's kind of cartoony and stuff like that, but so what? It's still good, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much, far as I know, Fantasy Zone is the only shoot 'em up franchise that allows you to pretty much go like left and right, you know what I'm saying, on any specific stage in the game, you know what I'm saying, to take out the enemies that's coming at you and stuff like that. If there's any other shoot 'em up franchise that does the same thing from back in the day, you can mention it in the comment section and stuff. Uh, Pretty much, Final Fantasy Zone is pretty much an excellent game and one of the best shoot 'em ups of all time, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Fantasy Zone is a must-have. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of which console you have, whether it's the NES, Sega Master System, or TurboGrafx 16, or any other console that this game is available on. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're a retro gamer, fan of the shoot 'em up genre, or a fan of the Fantasy Zone franchise, you know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the score is concerned, I definitely give it a 9 out of 10 because uh, if the flaws in the game in Fantasy Zone that really exist, it's pretty much not worth discussing because they're really minor in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, sound off in the comment section about Fantasy Zone. You know what I'm saying? Is it your favorite shoot 'em up? You know what I'm saying? Do you like say the NES or TurboGrafx 16 version or whatever the case may be? You know what I'm saying? If you liked this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metro Fan 12 signing off.